There it is. It works. It works. Oh my gosh. Look at her a butt. Oh my gosh. Look at her butt. Bumped by butt. Look at her butt. There it is. All right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yo. Yeah. Yo. Yo, I'ma rap and rhyme about me. I'ma do it like a freestyle live C with the delay, yo. I'ma say ho, ha ha lick, zig blick, gon' get gross. Gotta find the. Okay, that's it. Okay, all right, that's enough. Just testing stuff. Just testing stuff. Just testing stuff. I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't stop. Booty doo 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 doo. I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't stop. Sorry. Let me see. Well, okay. That's cool. See, I see live is syncopated. It's lined up. But then when I go watch it back, it's all out of whack. So I'm like, y'all don't say about what's going on there, and y'all don't care. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't care. That's how yeah. All right, and you go here. Hugo is a name. I know no one named Hugo. There was a car named Hugo. It's Yugoslavian. That's why they call it the Yugo. I don't know. That's a goofy. Wait, let me see. Can you hear this? Can you hear that? I'll see one of my speakers is messed up. See, I can't really do anything. Oh, that's there. This goes here. I'm gonna get me some new speakers. My little 4 jammies. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Whoa. The speaker's about to blow up, so I got to maybe pamper it just a little bit. Let me see if I can quit. Let me see if I can get it quitted. Maybe see if I can get it spitted out of my mouth. Maybe I could do it out like when I lived down south. Yes, I still do, man. I miss the north, but then again, it's kind of cold up there, and I don't like the snow and I don't like the salt, so I already know that it's kind of nice in Miami. It's kind of nice in Miami. Kind of nice in Miami. Kind of nice in Miami. Yup. Kind of nice in Miami. Kinda nice in Miami. Kinda nice in Miami. I don't really live in Miami though. Yeah. That's the thing. Just a technicality, so I'll say I'll make you my casualty when I do like this, and you get and stuff. And okay, I'm done. What's up, y'all? It's R9 Cassie Fisher Blind District Con Crystal Super Dope Show, Reservoir9.com, representing allgames.com. I am Stephen D. Gibson, aka Esgee, aka Electron Bandit, aka I ain't do nothing today. That's not true. I cleaned the bathroom because your wifey said, I was like, okay. Like that. And then, what else did I did the water cooler thing. And I thought about doing some other stuff, but I was like, it's hotter than yesterday. Which is, it wasn't that hot today. And I was like, I need to recuperate from yesterday. Not that we did anything. We went to the, what was it called? Lagoon Fest in off of Flagler in downtown West Palm Beach. And we were there chilling, and what's his name? Jimmy Buffett was there. I mean, it doesn't sound like that, but you know how Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville, that guy. It's in Jurassic World with the drinks. It's like, yeah. So we did that. We didn't actually see. We saw him do a sound test from the place we were eating at. We're like, hey, that looks like him. Okay, because we didn't feel like paying for parking, basically, and we just wanted to go for Lagoon Fest. Because what happens is, it's downtown, right? And then Lagoon Fest is there. I know I didn't even do the intro, but I'll do it after. Lagoon Fest is there, like right on the water, basically, and then the green market or the farmers whatever market where they have all the nice. They have like donuts and all kind of foods, and I'm like, damn man, this is like a ultra super music fest of foods. I'm like, dang son, it smells so delicious. I was like, yo. I did buy a $10 little baggie of vegetarian treats for the dogs. That's something my wife would buy. That's something Bridget will buy. But I said, I'm going to buy it. And I fed it to Danny. He was like, chomp, chomp, chomp. I fed him to Coco. She was like, chomp, chomp, chomp. I fed him to Belly. She was like, nah. Homie, don't play that. So she said, patooey. She didn't even eat it. She tasted it. She's like, nah, son. This ain't got no meat in it. So she wasn't playing it. She wasn't having that. So I was like, all right, little girl. I'll let you, all right, little girl. I'll let you, pull this down a little bit. Three decibels on that one. What is this one at? That's 3 now. Okay, that's good. So yeah, Lagoon Fest was alright. It's pretty. It was nice to get out and do something semi-local. That's local. That's not that far. Local, and it's like, you know, it's nice. What I took a picture. There's this big bazillion-dollar yachts in the Intracoastal. Now, I mean, there's this one that was like wood, and I was like, yo, that's kind of fly. There was a sailboat that was like a sailboat, like Sea of Thieves time. Not that grand, but but the yacht was like, pimpin', big pimpin', spending G's. Declaw in Discord chat. If you guys want to go and be a part of the community, also a part of the conversation, because this is a live show. Of course, we're on Twitch. I'm on Mixer. I'll say we're on Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, I think. And it's live. So you say something in chat, I'm like, oh, I'll read that, bleep, blue, blue. And I'm usually looking at chat. Got Twitch chat up. I got Mixer chat up. I got Discord chat up. And it keeps doing the streamer mode, and I got to disable it because I ain't playing that. And, yeah. And Tiger Claw says... Kajudo says... I say Tiger Claw first because he put it first. Tiger Claw says, so, Esgee, you excited about Diablo Immortal? LOL with the laughing face. I'll get to that in a little bit. Kajudo in Twitch chat says, you ever tied a kite to your beard? Nah. I haven't flown a kite in a long time. I'm trying to remember the last time I flew a kite. Go fly a kite! Remember when I was like a diss? That was never a diss. It was kind of a diss, but it wasn't a strong one. That was like the suburb kids that weren't like into the dozens type of diss. Like, oh, go kick some rocks. No, even kicking rocks is even more street than go fly a kite. Go fly a kite is like, yeah, the generation before me, you know, the great general. What did they call it? I don't remember. And they yeah, go fly a kite, Charlie. Go spin the bottles of risque whiz that we get. I don't. Okay. Anyway, Diablo Immortal. My thoughts about that is that I don't care. How about that? Didn't care about Diablo before Diablo Immortal. Don't care about it now. But it's hilarious to me to watch all the reactions and stuff. And I'm glad to see that Blizzard / Activision's is catching it, because I'm like, it's about time that you know, it's like Activision, Blizzard, Blizz Division, whatever you want to call it. The Blizzard part of Activision, dope. You know, they made dope games back in the day. I would say that they still make dope games. You know, World of Warcraft, blah blah blah, yeah, whatever. You know, good. They're good. they've been good. They're good, right? Activision is like the evil corporate arm of the creative. Even though, Blizzard's like, yeah, let's charge these fools $15 a month. People are still paying $15 a month for World of Warcraft. I think that's the only game that's still doing it. I'm not sure. It's ridiculous, right? It should be like Active Blizzard Game Pass type of thing where it's all those games for $15 and you get all that. That's what it should be. But people are okay, And then I think everything's kind of collapsing in on Active Blizzard because the last expansion from World of Warcraft, from what I've heard anecdotally, is that whatchamacallit, that is like garbage or whatever. And it was somebody was talking about. I was like, yeah, I canceled my subscription. I'm not playing it no more. It was one of the Giant Bomb guys. I mean, he's one of the guys that was on Giant Bomb, but he's not. He doesn't work at Giant Bomb. But anyway, he's like, yeah, I canceled my. I'm done. I was like, what? So yeah, I was playing it and I was like, no, I let it lapse. I'm not playing it no more. So I'm like, oh, you got people not playing WoW because your expansion, your new content is hot garbage. Then ouchies, I guess. So I mean, you can only be on top for so long. You're like, yeah, we the best, and then Puffy's coming back. And then Khaled's like, yo, we the best. I'm on a jet ski at night. We the best. Puffy's like, won't stop, can't stop, won't stop. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what happened. That's what's happening. But like I said, I don't care about that. I just thought it was funny. And one thing I do, and I will. Let's save that before it breaks. Wait, hold up. It's okay, save. Whatchamacallit? Did I say all the all-game stuff? Allgames.com/live? Yeah. Anyway, I was pretty much watching YouTube all day today because I was like, oh, vegetation day. Sundays the farm, the garden day, and I'm the eggplant. That's not a good look. I'm the giant. Not gonna say that. I'm just a vegetable, whichever one you want to picture me as, a brown squash. Anyway, I was just like, oh, let me watch some. What was I watching? I ended up finding this one dude. His name is I am Gundam. I never saw this dude before. I don't know how long he's been YouTube, whatever. But basically, what his channel is, he has he plays footage of a game, whatever game, and he's talking. He has different talking points every episode. Every episode's anywhere from 17 to 25 minutes, something like that, right? And you might think, oh man, that's a long time, but it reminded me of how Derek H kind of does a show, if you will, where you get there and you talk, and to me, it doesn't sound scripted. If it is scripted, this person is a genius because it does not sound scripted. It sounds like he's just like, okay, this is what I'm talking about, and he talks about it, and it's like flawless. I'm like, dang, and you don't hear like any cuts, edits, or anything. It's just like he's talking and talking. I'm like, wow, okay. So he's either a really good editor, which he probably is, or he's good, whatever. But and he's like you'd be like, oh, he's probably a fanboy. He doesn't like the Xbox. I don't think he likes it at all because he was dissing some Xbox fanboys. I haven't listened to all. I listened to a couple of them, but he's pretty funny. He's like, okay, yeah, I can get down with what he's talking about. And he was talking about I was listening to a lot of the rants. Well, first I was listening to like him talk about gameplay, or like some games and stuff. But then he started doing like the rant stuff. And I started listening to that, and he was ranting about, it was about females. Oh, it was this, it was a Tinder trap, where this one chick, I'm going to say chick, that's the best way to describe this person. She's female, and she's a Tinder model, so I'll say chick. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. That's just a word that we use in Linguish. That Linguish is the English language put together into one word. Linguish. Anyway, so this lady, this Tinder model, basically set a trap for all these guys. So I guess she individually, or I don't know. I lost some of the details in the beginning of the thing because I was like doing something in the house. But eventually, she got hundreds of dudes to show up at a central location. And they set up a stage and they had a DJ there and stuff. And then she came in and she's like, "Hi, you guys all here. We're gonna have a date with all of you." And then they were like, And then she was like, "Okay, first of all, we're going to weed you guys out." And then she's like, "Anybody who's in a relationship, see you later." And then, like, some guys left. And then she's like, "Anybody who's under 5'10", see you later." She like went down a list of, like, you know, her prerequisites, basically. And dude was, like, kind of commentating over the top of this. It was good. I mean, that part wasn't that good. A lot of his stuff feels like kind of mean-spirited or whatever, but that's the rant stuff. But he's not trying to be that way, but because he just gets like frustrated and stuff. But a lot of his stuff is funny. So I would say if you have the time, check him out because he's kind of like like from what I've witnessed, he's kind of one of the voices out there that's like not like these YouTubers, quote, like, "Hey guys, it was the time. I'm Philip Manu, and I'm a bite. If you put up a video, I'm a bite it verbatim and put it because I work at IGN," like that guy. So, what happened then? Yeah. So him. Well, Jim Sterling's kind of grandfathered in. I listen to him because he has opinions, and I'm like, okay, he's all right. But Tim Rogers, man, at Kotaku, Tim Rogers and Gina Jackson, I think that's his co-host. They're good. I like Tim Rogers, his reviews, and they're like 20 something minutes. And Billy OK is like, "Oh my God, that's too long for blah blah blah. I never listened to that." But I sat there, I listened to his two latest ones. It was Red Dead Redemption and Forza Horizon 4. He did those two. And they're good reviews. And I'm like, that sounds like a Derek H review right there. That sounds like a Derek H. You sit down for 20 minutes and do that. And just play and do that. You don't need an actress on a green screen. Do what Tim Rogers did. Good to go. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Just do that. Just it. You know, I think the strength of a YouTube channel lies within its personalities. I'm just here. But personalities, you know. Derek H is a personality. We have plenty of personalities here on All Games, but we're not. I don't think we're seizing the moment in that respect. It's been years we haven't been seizing the moment, and some people leave and create their own network. Am I still the only show that does live video? I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm not fancy or anything. I just, I don't think it's fancy. Some people like it. I think I need to redo it now because homegirl, I didn't even name her. She's right there. Where's she at? Dude, I'm gonna poke you. I'm gonna poke you with my. I wish it was 3. I wish I could reach outside the screen and poke you in the head like wake up. But whatever. I'm like, I mean, if people can't figure it out, that's fine. If people don't want to do it, it's too much work. Whatever. It's not a lot of work. Trust me, because Rafa, who's a programmer extraordinaire, he was like, I had an idea. It's like, oh, let me show you guys how I normal map the textures in their game, right? And then I threw the stream on, pulled up Blender, and I did it. And he was like, wow, that's cool. We can yeah. And so he did it last meeting. He was like, oh, let me show you. He was working on the fog effects on the levels. And we were like, oh, nah, that's dope. And he's like, yeah, man. The mixer was pretty easy to set up. I'm like, yeah, all you got to do is, sign in and do it's easy. So we're trying to get Brian on there because he's the artist extraordinaire, artist/animator. So I'm like, yo, man, you got to do that. And maybe we could do like a co-stream and just have a co-stream meeting with video. But then he would have to talk, and I don't think Brian likes talking that much. He's shy. He's a shy guy. He's like a fry guy, but shy guy. Anyway, Still working on Forza Horizon 4 because I was looking at deals. I was like, yo, man, what's up with them Black Friday deals, man? So I know one thing. I'm probably gonna get another Xbox controller because I like to collect them. I have 1, 2, 3 now, but two of them are the old ones without the headphone jack. I mean, I have an adapter here, but two of them are the one's the day one edition, one's just the regular black, and then I have this one. Can't lift it up. This one, you see it? I have this one, and then I have the one that came with my X, which is the newer version with the Bluetooth and all that. So I think I'm gonna get a white version of the new version. I think I'm gonna do that for like $40. They're like $40 a lot of places. I think they're at Cole, Best Buy, Target. I think they're all $40 Black Friday. So I'm definitely gonna pick up another controller because if I can save $20 on a controller, hell yeah, it's time to scoop it up. So controller and whatchamacallit, whatever games are on sale. I don't think there's gonna be any sales on Red Dead 2. So I'm just gonna end up probably picking it up probably digitally because I don't feel like discs. Son, I'm starting to get away from discs. Yeah, I don't know because especially that one is 2 discs. I'm like nah, I don't want to do that with 2 discs. No. So I was like, fine. I think the age of collecting games is, especially since it's such a hassle because you get the physical disc and then you got to put it in or whatever. If you have it digital, you just boom, you just select it and go, So if Microsoft had their way back in 2013, you wouldn't have to do that. But everybody freaked out because they don't know what the hell they don't know. They have tunnel vision. They can't see the future. I don't think that goes tunnel vision is. Anyway, I'm just saying they couldn't look further enough ahead to say, oh, this is actually a good idea. But Microsoft is still doing it, except they were trying to do it. They're trying to do it with physical media so that they can still accommodate the brick and mortar. But what happened? Everybody was like, oh, we don't want to do it, right? So Microsoft was like, all right, fine, we won't do that. So now what's happening is Game Pass. Now what's happening is dudes like me who used to buy games all the time, just buy the game, physical copy, is like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to buy the digital copy because lazy and it's more convenient. The physical copy doesn't mean that much to me, even though I feel it's probably more. I mean, people still do that because I want to be able to sell it back or whatever. But I mean, I don't sell my games like that. I buy them and enjoy them, and that's it. Whatever. I get my $60 worth. And something like Red Dead 2, you probably get your $60 worth because it's like a 60-hour game or something like that. So I'm gonna get the digital. I just gotta get some digital. I don't want to put it on my card, so I'll just buy some cards and slap it on there. I think I got a couple bucks on there already, so I don't need too much more. But yeah, I'll get that sometime in the next couple weeks. It's not a rush because it's not one of those games. Actually, I want to figure out when the online portion is coming out. Then we'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna get it for that, but I'm gonna get it. I'll definitely check that stuff out. Sorry, my bad, Discord. This thing is like. Tycho says, "Go fly a drone should be this generation's go fly kite." Oh, that was back in the day. Sorry. I mean, that was like I said, I was complete with the song Marvins. So what's the difference about mindless tapping on skeletons versus mindless clicking on them? Billy, okay, let's talk about Diablo. Diablo's already a game for toddlers. There's no better fast food chicken than odd that you would say that on Sunday. True that. Sorry, I was not auto scrolling on the chat. My bad, Discord. But I'm back. Yeah, Discord's whack. I mean, not Discord. Diablo. Diablo's not whack. I just don't like it. I'm not into it. The only isometric type of game that I was into it was Herzog. I say Herzog Zwei, but I think it's Herzog Zwei on the Genesis, mainly because of the music. And I was bad at the strategy, so I would just bum rush. I'd be sending off hovercraft, infantry, the motorcycle dudes, hovercraft. If I could spit out a few tanks, I'd be like tank, hovercraft, because the hovercrafts were cheap, and it's mad water. It's just a bunch of islands, so the hovercrafts would go just like mess up his base, and then I win. I'd be like, yeah, I did it. But I love the music in Herzog Zwei. It's great. That's that techno soft. That's one thing about Sega, that they bought the rights to all the Technosoft games, the shooters. Herzog's Way, which is more of a strategy game. The Thunder Force, Lightning Force, all them joints. So I'm waiting for a Thunder Force throwback or something. Give me a Thunder Force console. Do that. Make it look like a spaceship or something. I don't know. I don't really care. Just do it, and then have all the Thunder Force games on it, because there are enough. It's a actually, I never played Thunder Force, but Thunder Force 2, 3, 4. Was there a 5? I know there was Lightning Force, and then I don't remember after that. So what? That was 5 games. That's not enough games. Oh, but then they could put Devil's Crush. I mean, yeah, Devil's Crash. No, Devil's Crash, and Herzog's Zwei, and so that's, what is that, 7? So they need like 13 more games. Maybe they could just make a shooter box. No, but then, yeah. Anyway, I would never do Game Pass. Games are destroying gamers, are destroying gaming. I think I'll stick to board games and card games. Oh yeah, well, board games and card games are destroying the environment. The trees, they're made out of trees, directly made out of trees. Okay, that's bad. That's a bad argument. Everything's destroying the environment. That's how we do as humans. I don't think gamers are destroying gaming. I think companies and corporations forgot. They're too much. I mean, I don't blame them for this, but they're too much concerned about the business of making money, making games, and not about making games good. They want to just make the money on the games. They want to do a quick, let's do a quick PUBG, make all the money, and peace out. You know what I mean? Let's make some quick phone games real quick. Why do you think Diablo's a mobile game? Phone games. Why do you think Nintendo went into mobile? Because they're like, yo, the mobile market is so huge. How come we ain't making all this money? That's why Mario's on freaking phones. That's why Pokemon's on the phones. Because they want that money too. Are those games good? They're aight. You know, it's the money over the... Kaiju says, no, the companies are giving gamers what they asked for. They want a Game Pass. Actually, Game Pass is it's good. Game Pass is... Why is Game Pass bad? I don't see Game Pass being bad. Game Pass is good. I'm paying for Game Pass. I'm playing Forza Horizon 4 through Game Pass. Did not buy the game. So I haven't even paid 6 months of Game Pass yet. So in my, I guess, 3 months, I paid for Game Pass. I've played the hell out of Forza Horizon 4. When it goes on sale one day, maybe I'll buy it. You know, and that's another good thing about Game Pass. You get like a up to 20% discount on whatever you buy through Game Pass. So you can get the DLC is on sale. The actual games are on sale, depending on, there's different discounts for different games and stuff. So it's a good deal. I wish it's cheap. I wish it was cheaper, or I wish gold was included within the price itself. So $10 a month, you get gold and Game Pass. Done. It's over. That's it. I'm like, yep, that's it. Good, give me. But they're making too much money doing the separate. Doing the 60 plus the 120. So it's 180 a year for Game Pass and gold. So what are you gonna do? Because just companies do what gamers want. Gamers want to play old shite on new shite. They subscribe to Game Pass. No, well, the thing about Game Pass, I mean, I can play the old stuff, but generally play them. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I always wanted to play. Like Dante's Inferno's coming. No, Dante's Inferno's coming with Games of Gold. So I'm like, yeah, boy, because it's already on Game Pass. But I was like, should I buy it? Because I always wanted to play through it. Because it was like the God of War clone, but with more boobies and stuff and peepees. The peepee stuff I could, whatever. But the boobies, I'm like, yeah, I wanted to see the babies, whatever. It was like scorpion babies coming out of the boobie nipples. I was like, oh, snap, that's kind of fly right there. That's a nice dream. And so I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, should I buy it? And I was thinking, it's probably going to be on Games with Gold or something real quick. And boom, this month, Games with Gold. So I'm like, get that for free, baby. So I'm good. But that's gold. That's paying for Xbox Live, so that's not Game Pass per se. But I still think Game Pass is still worth it for, like, if you think about it, like, how many games would I buy within a year? I don't know, 4 maybe, you know? So that's $240. Game Pass is less than $240 a year. Granted, you don't own the games, but you still have access to all these games. You still can experience the games. So if you're not too connected or you're not too hung up on having physical copies and collecting and have the collection and whatever, then Game Pass isn't for you. You got to go and out and buy the games. Another thing about Game Pass, which is cool, is that game is there. Like, I could try it out. I'm like, yo, that's dope. I'm a buy it anyway, you know? So you can either wait for an actual physical copy deal, or you could buy it digitally and get a discount there. And, you know, so it's all good. Dev now, what's up? 44. Currently, I don't need Game Pass, but one day I will. It's primarily it's good for the exclusives, the first party stuff. So when Crackdown comes out in February, they'll probably push that back a month or so. But when that comes out, I got Crackdown 3. Boom. Boom. Like that. Got Forza Horizon 4. Boom. I was like, yes. I just played it just before I came in here. I was like, I had to get my daily jammy jam on so I could get my extra Forza-thon points and all that stuff. They're doing some good stuff with the season and stuff. Each season is a week, so they give you daily challenges and weekly challenges and like buy this car and then do all these different challenges with this car. And so it's like 4 different. So I'm like, you know what? That's real smart. So they can go through, if there's 450 cars or something like that, right? So they can go through 450 seasons without repeating a car. That's how smart that is. Think about how long 450 seasons. How many? What's that like? How many years is that? Quick math. Let's say 400, right? So divided by 4. 4 seasons is 1 year. That's 100 years. That's 100 years. Well, it's a week. Well, it's 52. So what is that? 52 weeks, a year. What did I say? 450 seasons. Did I say that? Was that what I said? Close to 10 years without repeating a car in the season. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Kaiju says Game Pass is going to run out of space and they're going to have to rotate game. No, they already do that. Kaiju. They already kicked out a handful of games. I think it was like 3 or 4 games they kicked out. It was like, and nobody cared about it. I was like, oh yeah, who cares about those games? Get them out of here, you know. And it's kind of good because then you don't have a super huge, oh my god, there's way too many games. It's curated and it's like, okay, these are good games. All these games are good. It's kind of like the PlayStation, also app games. There are no app games on there that I know. But actually, the PC version of Game Pass, that's a news thing that happened. Game Pass is coming out on PC, which is interesting. I just hope that they're the same library and I can play those games on my PC as well. So like Sunset Overdrive, there's a rumor that that's coming out for PC, and I'm like, oh snap. Kaiju says no one cares until their game is rotated out. That's true, but you can always buy it if you really want it. So, you know, it's not like, oh, they're taking it away forever. Well, just scrape up some pennies and buy the game, and you got it forever. I mean, you know, it's not like there aren't options here. And most of those games, like I said, are there are older games, and the older games aren't that expensive. You know, the new games are usually full price, but you get a discount. So it's like there's like there isn't a lose situation when you look at it. Like, okay, my game's leaving out of Game Pass. What am I gonna do? I want this game. I'm gonna go buy the game, get it cheaper anyway. You probably, some of the games you can't even get in the store because they're so old. They're Xbox original games or whatever, or even 360 games. You can't get them anymore. Like Dante's Inferno. Good luck going to the store to try to find a Dante's Inferno physical copy. It's kind of hard. But it's on the store. Boom, boom. Backwards compatibility. Bam, bam. Good to go. You know? Meanwhile, Sony's over here. Here's the Sony PlayStation Classic. PS1 Classic. And I was watching some videos. Yeah, but you'd have to buy them. Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, that's an option. That's an option. If, like, for instance, here's a good example, Kajudo. Like, if Sega, for some reason, I mean, I've heard other people I've read other people on the internet say the same thing. We want the arcade versions of these games that you're shoveling out on freaking the Genesis collection and all that. We don't want that crap. Actually, the Genesis collection for the 360 did have some Easter egg arcade. Like, they had Space Harrier arcade on there. Quartet? Was Quartet? I don't remember, actually. But I know Space Harrier was on there. So I was like, okay. And was the sound messed up on that? I don't remember. But anyway, if Sega would be like, all right, check this out. Game Pass. It's the Sega collection on Game Pass. It's got all the arcade, Galaxy Force 2, Afterburner 2, Outrun, Turbo Outrun, freaking Space Harrier, other Power Drift, Super Thunder Blade, all that stuff. Galaxy Force 2, I said that already, right? Say they had that on Game Pass, right? And they said, yeah, it's the Sega collection. I'd be like, oh, cool, I can play those. And then one day they're like, oh, we're cycling that out. That's leaving. I'm buying it. No question. Buying that. Bam. That's my childhood in digital form. Definitely getting it. I'm going to buy those games multiple times on multiple systems until I die. That's my games. And some people are like, well, I'm going to buy Final Fantasy VII 29 times. Or I'm going to buy Kingdom Hearts. I mean, nobody's saying that like, oh, I'm going to go buy God of War 59 times. I mean, I'm talking about the first God of War. Even the new God of War 2018, I don't think people would buy multiple times. Because it's like you buy it and you play it and it's good. And you're like, all right, I'm done. Next. You know? And that's, see, I told y'all before, the problem with the approach that Sony is doing right now is that their games, they come, they hit, they're good, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Red Dead is going to be around as long as GTA 5 is around. How long GTA 5 has been around for 5 years? It was 2013, right? 5 years, going on 6 years. Made the most money, blah, blah, blah. I bet you that Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be the same. Well, it's in conjunction because GTA is still going. And I bet you that'll carry them to the next game, whatever that is. GTA 6 or whatever. Katie says, God of War collection made money. Not my kind of game, but like I said, people like to buy old stuff. Yeah. I don't mind classes. I just want to see PS4 and even Crapbox make new stuff for their new consoles. Yeah. I think right now, I mean, I agree with you, but I think right now what's happening is that Microsoft is leading the charge in this, but as far as making these systems more like what Steam is, or more like what the PC is. Not saying, oh, they're trying to emulate the PC. They're trying to say, okay, you bought a game 5 years, you bought a game 10 years ago, you bought WoW whenever it came out. You're still playing WoW. That's what they're talking about. Not as far as a games as a service, but back catalog, the Steam library. That's the big picture is the Steam library. That's what Game Pass is. That's what Microsoft's trying to do with like Game Pass / just having those games that you buy. So they tried that, like I said, in 2013, but that whole stuff didn't happen. But with Game Pass, it's a different approach, but it's kind of serves the same purpose. So that, and I mean, yes, as far as access to the games, but they're doing the work in making all the backwards compatibility stuff work. So they're like, oh yeah, 360 backwards compatibility, sure. Xbox One original backwards compatibility, we're working on that too. They didn't have to do that, They didn't. They could have just like, oh, we're just gonna concentrate on, but no, they did it so that moving forward, you could be like, oh snap, I got the Xbox Scarlet and all these games. It's still up in the air whether Sony's gonna do that, and more than likely the PS3 will not be in any type of backwards. If they can't get the PS3 backwards compatibility to work on the PS4, how likely do you think it will be that it's going to be on the PS5? I doubt it. I know for a fact that there are PS3 emulators out there for PC. The Xbox and the PlayStation 4 are PCs. Same kernels. Well, not the same kernels, but same, x86, yada yada. You know what I mean? So I'm like, come on, son. They can't even get the damn name changes straight. They suck. Kajiro says, I think just because gamers play video games, it doesn't mean they understand innovation or they don't know how to think outside the box. Most gamers only see what's out now. Except the devs guide the future of video games. If they listen to gamers, they're going to be stuck in the past forever. I agree with that. And I agree with... That's, I think, the problem with that whole Diablo thing and what Nintendo's doing on mobile. They're looking at the install. It's like, okay, more people have phones than anybody else. I'm sure people would love our game on their phones, and we want to make all the monies. So first, it's like, oh, we can make all this money on phones. Second is like, we can get more gamers to play our game because not all gamers have consoles, but everybody has a phone. So from a business standpoint, that's where they're doing it. Innovation-wise, innovation's good, of course, but there's pros and cons. PSVR is not as iterative, it's not innovative because it wasn't the first. They bit off of Oculus and Vive. Design-wise, they're good, and a news story I read during the week is that Lenovo is licensing the design of the PSVR to make their VR headsets for PCs. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So theoretically, there could be a Lenovo version of the PSVR, but not a PSVR. It's just VR for PC. But if they do the inside-out tracking, if they do that with that design aesthetic, then it literally looks like a PSVR, except it's better because the inside-out tracking, you don't need cameras. So it's basically what the PSVR should be right now is what Lenovo is making, and they're using the PSVR design, the hardware architecture because they licensed it from Sony. I think it's a 2-year contract, so they might put out one version of it. Desnell Futfo said, Destiny, a 10-year game. Bungie will keep adding content. Gamers will keep on buying. Kajir says, they didn't bite the other VR systems. They were all creating stuff around the same time. I don't know about that. I mean, I agree, but I don't know about that. Now, I think Sony had what was it? It wasn't VR. It was just a headset with screens on it, so you could just watch movies on the headset. That was the first thing I remember that Sony put out. Wow, a long time ago. I think you're the one who actually showed me that. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I know they didn't bite, but they were the last one out, and they are the least powerful, which is weird. I mean, I understand they wanted to keep costs down, but at the price of performance and the performance of the original PSVR is horrible. It's bad. It's not good. and they're still trying to make the killer app. They had this, what's the robot, the Astrobots is like the best game. And I'm looking at this game, I'm like, really? That's the best game, the PS, that's the best exclusive you got. Come on, son. You better, you know VR's not ready when everybody's like, oh my God, Astrobots. That's the best game for this 300, 200, how much is it now? $200? Price keeps going down and down and down. Still the same piece of hot garbage that you got to put on your face. It's the best hot piece of garbage. I mean, okay. It's the most comfortable hot piece of garbage. It's not the best, though. And Sony is proud. It's a proud Japanese company. They should be making the best hardware. But right now, they're not making the best at anything right now. Everybody's beating them on all accounts. You say something that Sony makes, somebody else is making a better version of it. And it wasn't like that. Sony was like, they were like, yo, Walkman, of course, Sony. But now, I got speakers from Sony. I got Sony speakers in the house. I didn't buy them, of course. Bridget had those. I adopted them when we together. And I had my Techniques. And they were kind of fly. I was like, yo, man, my Techniques sound good. And I think they had bigger woofers on it too. I was like, yo, man, my Techniques. But they were kind of raggedy. They were kind of beat up. So I was like, you know what? All right, we put those Sonys. We'll put the Sonys in the living room. We'll do that. But whatever. I might have to replace my Sonys because, you know, I don't know. They don't remember Morpheus. Yes, I do. Dude, I have PSVR. The performance is not bad at all. Come on, Kaiju. Raise up your expectations. Expect more from the market leader. Don't say it's alright. Don't say it's good enough. Say this is the best. I love it because I can't go nowhere else to get no better. Don't be like, it's alright. I could deal with it. I could play for like an hour or two before I get a migraine. It's alright. Come on, son. All right, hold up. I ain't let me finish. I stop and then I keep going. Only problem is if PS4 if you have a PS4 and not the Pro, the res takes a dip. But this is not Sony fan. Boy wank. It works. It works just fine. No frame drops on the games or any of that. I was just playing soccer in VR and some British peeps the other day. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying that it runs smooth. Well, yeah. If you want like no details and no shadows, they might as well take the colors out if that's taking up CPU. Just kidding. Look, you don't try to sell me on PSVR being okay on the PS. Don't try it because I saw the footage of Drive Club and then Drive Club VR, and I was looking at it too. I was like, oh. Hell no. I was like, there's no way. And I don't care how good VR is. That's some ugly shit. That's ugly. That shit is ugly. I was like, oh, hell to the no. No. And especially Drive Club isn't the best game anyway. So it's kind of like, eh. What they should have done is, no, I can't say that. I was going to say bump down the resolution. But would that be worse? Would that be worse to bump down the resolution then take because what they did, they took effects away instead of bumping down the I don't think they bumped down the resolution. Well, I think they did both. Just to have to like because they needed double the performance, so they had to kind of cut it half, cut the performance in half and double it for the 3D-ness. To me, a game has to work first. Man, come on. Why you look? Like I said, higher standards. These multi-billion-dollar companies are selling you multi-hundred-dollar units. You expect a certain level of quality, you know, especially from Sony. Sony has been rocking dope hardware for years, and I'm not saying PSVR is super hot garbage, but it could be better because there are better things out there. Period. You know, and then they had an update. This was one thing that I didn't like what Sony did. They had an update to the PSVR, right? The only thing they did was they allowed the HDR pass through, the HDMI to actually have the HDR to go through. I was like, hold up, y'all revised it just to do that? that means that the first version of the PSVR is super hot garbage because, oh, HDR is a super dope feature for the PS4. We added it, and then you put the PSVR and it doesn't work. You got to unplug it every time you want HDR. If you got a 4K HDR TV, you can't use it because PSVR can't do it if you have the first version. So you got to buy the second version, which does have it, which should have been in the first version. So I'm like, okay, it was overlooked or something, whatever. So that's kind of eh. So I'm like, what's the next version of PSVR gonna be? You know? Is it gonna be for PS5? Are they gonna do something to the PS5 to accommodate the VR? Which is a mistake because that's exactly what Microsoft did with the Kinect. So I'm not sure if Sony learns lessons because that's a direct from this generation. It's a direct lesson. When you build your console, you build it to play games. You don't build it for peripherals. Xbox, Microsoft, they made that mistake with the Kinect, and they corrected it. They said the Xbox OG, let's get that ass up in here. Let's get that X. Let's go. And that's what they did. They wiped the Kinect off the earth, and they said, yeah, now it's all about the game. Blah blah blah. Taduro says. Astrobot, even though the demo didn't wow me, it's getting good reviews on its graphics. Yeah, I mean, a game like that doesn't have, it's not on the level of like Drive Club as far as, oh, you got all these cars with all these polygons and stuff. It's not as many polygons. I guess the environment isn't as huge per level, you know. So something like that they can apply better graphics to. Like the bots and stuff. I saw the footage. I was like, that's cute. That's all right. Yeah, you know. And that's where that's the standard. Astrobot. That's it. I'm like, yo, all right, Sony, you established this is the standard for PSVR games for the PlayStation 4. Anything less than this, hot garbage. Don't bring it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's just like God of War. God of War comes out, establishes the standard, the new standard of dope games. And Spider-Man comes out, it's like, okay, Spider-Man's good, but it's not as good as God of War. Sorry, Spider-Man 87, God of War 94, not as good. And I could have told you that. Rush of Blood, what's that, what the hell's that game called? The spooky game with the long-armed people. And did they eat you? I don't know what they do in that game, actually. Rondo? No, that's Rondo of Blood, not Rush of Blood. I'm thinking, wait. No, that's Castlevania. Rush of Blood is the game where Hayden Panettiere was running around in the woods with the snow, right? I mean, the sequel when you're on the helicopter. The roller coaster with clowns. That's all right. I mean, shooting galleries are always kind of okay. I mean, if they want... See... One thing that I think Sony, wow, Tycla says, blasphemy, Spider-Man's greater than God of War. That's debatable. What Sony is missing out on is classic arcade games, like Virtual Cop or all those games that were like the I think it was a Naomi board. Sega had, where it's like it's shooting galleries basically, but it's PS. They have the gun VR. Come on, just port it there, 3D. Let's do it. They could do it because the graphics are like hot garbage on those old games. So it's not like oh, the PSVR can't do it because the graphics are too it. No, just do it like a VR collection of Sega games. You know, people will buy that. That'd be dope. You know, Time Crisis. Come on, son. Not Time. Yeah, Time Crisis. Stuff like that. You know. I mean, that's a nostalgic arcade example, but still, it seems like they're like, oh man, what can we do with VR? How can we, put some old games that would be dope in VR? How about that? You know, that the older games will run better, will run as they did because they're older games. They don't take that much, you know. Skyrim looks good. Yeah, Skyrim. I think Skyrim and I think Resident Evil 7 were the. I think Resident Evil 7 is actually probably the best example of how VR works both ways. And it's because it is a horror, atmospheric type of game. So I give them that. I give Capcom props on that. Moss is in the same vein as Astrobots. A different aesthetic, you know. If you like mice, then there you go. If you like the fuzzy, if you like the fuzzy mice, then you're good. But yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of older games. I mean, that's just me being a fanboy of the super scalar games. But like, if you do a Sega collection, you got like the games I said before, the Yu Suzuki games, the Space Harrier, Outrun, Galaxy Force, Afterburner, blah blah blah. All those games will look dope in 3D. They look dope in 3D because I have them on 3DS. I don't have Afterburner. I have a Galaxy Force, Power Drift, Super Thunderblade, other stuff. And they look good. I'm like, oh snap, that looks pretty good. It probably looks so much better in freaking VR on your face. I'd be like, yo, that would be bananas to see, like, playing Galaxy Force in VR. That'd be dope. But I mean, you probably couldn't move the camera with your head, but it'd still be 3D, so it'd be dope. I think it'd be dope. You can play it with or without VR. Yeah, without VR. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, but Kaju says don't count Res 7 because it's not a VR exclusive. Oh, the Bridge Crew, Star Trek Bridge Crew. Yeah, I mean, Bridge Crew is like one of those like Surgeon Simulator or all those games where you kind of just goof around. It's more of a social thing. Sprint Vector is all right. I mean, like I said, the best game so far is Astrobot. So that's what people say. But I don't think you can discount Resident Evil 7. I think it gets extra props for it being both and still working as a VR game. That's the trick where you're like, oh, like you look at Resident Evil 7 VR and you look at Drive Club VR, and I'm like, hold up, how can Resident Evil 7 VR still be like, okay, that's good in VR, and then Drive Club's like, nah, that's not, you know? So, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. But some games don't need to be VR. But like Resident Evil 7, I think first person, not all first person games obviously, but something that's like that, like Gone Home or The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, like a lot of the quote unquote walking simulators, first person of course, would be dope in VR because you're like, you know, you're in the environment. You know, that's what VR is for you to be there. That's why Astrobots works, because you're a big giant robot in this world with the little robots running around. You're looking around and you're looking, you know, you are in the environment, and that's for the formula of VR to work. The first part of it is you are in the environment. So probably first person, right? Yes, makes sense. And even though Astrobot is a you are first person witnessing a third person action and you're controlling it. So it's, you know, it's a Super Lucky's Tale or Lucky's Tale. It's all that. It's all the same. But there are games out there that can be VR that would be dope. But PSVR doesn't have enough power to do, I think, the visuals justice. And the visuals are super important for the atmosphere and for all the, I mean, visuals plus the performance, because if the frame rate ain't there, then VR is going to destroy your brain cells. So anyway, y'all know about that. That's all right. We don't need to talk about that no more. But it's here. I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't think it's, well, PSVR definitely isn't ready. We'll see what the next version of the PSVR is. It was assumed for the PlayStation 5. I want to see what the next Xbox is going to do for VR. I will assume that it will be compatible with the PC VR stuff. So you just buy a PC VR, wherever, slap it on, and it works. I will assume that, because that's kind of the way that Microsoft's going. They're adding mouse and keyboard support real quick soon. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I'm not going to probably use it, but sure. You know, like I said, these consoles are freaking computers, basically. So it's a good look. And, I mean, you may be a little nihilistic as far as the outlook on video games and stuff, but there are enough creators out there that I think there are more creators okay, this is a fact. There are more creators out there making games because they love to make games more than companies there just to make money, you know, like the Activisions, the EAs doing stupid stuff that are ruining games in a way, you know. And the game creators that are making games because they love games aren't doing like, oh, we're gonna do the loot box thing, and they're not doing that. They're just like, yo, I made this game. This is what it is. There you go. Like the dude who made Papers, Please, he just came out with another game. It's an anagram of it. I totally forgot what the game's called. And it's a 3D. It's like way better. He did all the music to it. It's like a super dope game. And there's no microtransactions. I don't think there is. It's an indie game, you know. And indie games are I guess the gateway, or the gateway to the purity of video games. I mean, if you think about like back in the day, Atari 2600, those are kind of indie games. I mean, it was just a limitation of the hardware, but still, it was one guy making a game. You know, two guys if you're lucky making a game. You know what I mean? Usually one guy making a game. One dude made E.T. It's crazy. So that's what indie games. I mean, indie games are still that. You know, still that kind of component, and I think it'll be there for forever and ever and ever, because that's how people come up. Or girl. What do you mean? The guy who made, you mean Bob Kane, who made Pitfall? You mean that guy? Not a girl. What did you talk about? I said the guy who made, I don't know what you're talking about. There was a which was the female that made an old game? I don't remember her name. There was one. I don't remember her name. But I was talking specifically about Pitfall. And specifically about, I think his name was Bob. Oh, now Bob Kane is the guy who did Batman, right? See, now I got to look it up. I dug it. Hot diggity dog. Let's see. Let's find out. A wahan. A two. A three. D. Creator. His name is Bob is a punk, son. What are you talking about? David Crane. There you go. I know it was Crane. It was Crane something. And he found Active? Was he one of the founders of Activision? Bobby Codere is David Crane. Yeah, I guess he is a founder of Activision. How dare you? Your company is hot garbage now. Did he sell it already? What did he do with Activision? 1982, baby. Wait a second. The player controls Pitfall Harry. Test collect now treasure in the jungle within 20 minutes while playing. That had a timer? I don't remember the timer. Huh. Let me see. That's all I remember. I don't want C64. I gotta get the original MSX. Get out of here, man. What the Titan version? What's the 20? There it is. There they go. The MSN. That's not it. That looks like it. That's not it though. Dude, they don't have 2600 footage of the freaking Pitfall. How dare they not have it? All right, whatever. I don't care. I don't care anymore. That's how interested I am of that. Nope. But anyway, David Crane or Cage, who's the sorry, David Crane, made Pitfall, and that's what it was. One guy. So that's what my point was. And it still exists now. I mean, like us, we're a studio. We're 3, 4, 5 at the most people making a game, and it's way better than Pitfall. But I'm just saying, you know, I think their music is way better than Pitfall. Why did I do that? But yeah. And that track that I played before was not for the game. That's for Tony Rocco. But anyway. But yeah, so I think there's always gonna be like you know, the big corporations trying to make all the monies. And I mean, Atari was that back when the Atari 2600 was around, when they were, you know, coming up. The reason why Activision exists is because the Atari 2600 was like Activision now. They were like, oh no, you all don't get no credit, you know, y'all work for us, blah blah blah. And they were like, we made these, yo, we should get some credit. We'd put our name on it or something, you know what I mean? So they made Activision so they could get the credits and all that stuff, and you know, make the monies, or make some of the monies. But Atari was kind of playing that role that these big corporations are doing now, big companies. So I think, well, what will happen is kind of what happened with Infinity War, where you're like, oh yeah, the dude from Vince Zampella from Infinity War, he was basically the heart and soul of Infinity War. Whatchamacallit? Modern Warfare. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. He redefined first person shooting on the military style, right? He redefined it. He said, yo, this is what's up now. And he left, right? And now look at Infinity War. Hot garbage. And he created Respawn. And I would say, arguably, they make better games. Respawn, the guy who was at Infinity War, makes better games than Infinity War does now. So, at the same time, he's trying to do these deals and make money because he's got, people to feed and pay and stuff. But still, the core creative is there. Vincent Pella is there, and you got David Crane, and whoever else is like, if they're part, there are always going to be creatives within a bigger corporation that will, if the corporation is doing bad stuff and they're a bad corporation, whatever, they'll splinter off. It happened with Microsoft. Gabe Newell used to work for Microsoft. Now Valve. I mean, you know what I mean? Well, Jade Raymond just left EA. I'm wondering where she's going to end up. I mean, she might end up at Microsoft. They're hiring a whole bunch of people. And they have a whole bunch of studios that need leadership. So I'm sure she might end up over there. Who knows? So I mean, if you look at the game industry as a whole, there's a lot of creative people in it. And the fact that why I have such a positive look on it is because, there's always going to be creative people coming up. They go to school, they have ideas, they look at the games now, like, oh man, that's cool. There's always new game makers out there, right? And two, the tools to make games for any Joe Schmo or Sally Mustang Sally are free, and super powerful. You get Unreal 4 or you get Unity. Both are free, and Blender is free. You could literally make a game. You could make a game in Blender if you wanted to, but you could make all your art and stuff in Blender. I mean, granted, you would have to learn how to use Blender and learn how to, do all this. But you could do that and use those models and such in Unreal. So you don't have to use their stock stuff, or you don't have to, or you could buy some. There's some libraries of grass and trees and all that. You could do that stuff too. So there are many ways for creative people to make games greater than they were back in the day, because you had to know how to code. Now it's definitely easier to get in, because I was messing around with the Unreal 4 and I made a simple little thing. I was like, oh, they have templates. You could overhead, this angle, then you could adjust stuff. You could adjust the speed, run speed, the gate, and all this. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I mean, I didn't mess with textures or anything, but it's there. You could do side scroller, 2D, 2.5D, I think, and then there's like the overhead isometric, and then there's a driving one, and there's first person. I think they have do they have a third person one? I'm not sure, but I'm sure you could take the first person and then adjust the camera. But I haven't messed with Unity, so I don't know what's up with that. But I'm like, yo, this is crazy how easy it is to just go out there and just bust out a game if you wanted to, if you created. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not gonna leave it to, if we left it in the hands of Activision, Blizzard, and EA and all these giant corporations, yes, it would be doom and gloom, but that's not the case. And the market will dictate that. Like, for instance, what just happened with Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, and Diablo. They announced, oh man, get the demons, kill the demons, yeah. That's what we announced, Diablo, Pasnablo for the phones. They were like, huh? That and then the comments came, and if you look at the YouTube, they got everything shut off. They're not showing all the negative. That thing would be so downvoted is ridiculous, and they shut it all off because they don't want nobody looking at that. They don't want no dirty optics, because they know they messed up. So when you say, "Oh man, these corporations they giving what the people want," obviously they're not, because people didn't want a mobile version of Diablo. Then they didn't. They thought they did, but that now I did. Nope. And instead they should be making new games at Blizzard, honestly. Because what was the last new game? The card game. What was that called? Not Hero. What was it? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. But was it Blizzard? Or it was another. Wow, I can't remember. Anyway, I'm not into card games like that, so I can't say. But yeah, I have hope. I have plenty of hope. It's only gonna get better, as long as the prices don't fluctuate too crazy. I'd say we're in good. As far as game prices, I think they're starting to creep up. Like Tetris Effect for $40, you can kick rocks all the way down the street. There's no way I'm paying $40 for Tetris. I don't care I don't care what words you put behind Tetris. If it's Tetris Super Mama time, I don't care. $40 to kick rocks. $29.99 top. I'm not spending more than $30 on Tetris. Nothing. Sorry. They better have 100 Tetris games up in there. Sorry, I'm making it popping. I'm just saying it made me mad. Nintendo Switch. Oh, they say that YouTube app might come out on Nintendo Switch next week, says the leak. Oh, did y'all hear about the freaking Fallout 76 being like hot garbage? I'm like, yo, Fallout 76. It wasn't like, I don't like the Fallout games because I don't like the environment. I don't like that version of post-apocalyptic systems. Although Fallout 76 looks like the best version of a post-apocalyptic, because it's not all, barren and destroyed. It's more like, oh, it's kind of nice, That reminds me, I just flashed in when I said it's not all barren, and then an image of Fallout 3 came into my head, right, where the trees are all gone, there's radiation everywhere, and then Mad Max came into my head. I'm like, dang, I think I want to play some Mad Max, and then I realized I don't want to play Mad Max. I don't want to play Mad Max. I want to feel good. I want a feeling of goodness playing Mad Max, but I don't want to play Mad Max because I know that's not going to be the case. Just play more Forza because that's where it's good. Ha la la la. Black Friday stuff. The Surge 2 on Xbox One X will pump it up as high as possible. This is Deck 13. I didn't know they had a sequel to that. Darksiders 1 and 2 getting Xbox One X updates. Both games run at native 4K at 60 frames per second. Boom! Can you do that on the PlayStation? I don't think so. PlayStation can't do it. PlayStation, nothing can do it. Did you hear they're trying to make, I think Microsoft is making mobile phone controllers? I saw a mock-up. It was the idea of two halves of a controller breaking apart, basically. And I was like, yo, that's kind of fly. And then you put the phone in between. I was like, oh, that's, wow, all right. Is that going to work? I don't think it was real. It was some kind of crazy leak, but I was like, it's just a bunch of Black Friday. Spider-Man dev Xbox exclusive Sunset Overdrive is heading to PC. Says Techno Buffalo. Who the hell? There's so many like, oh yeah, I never heard of that. Yeah, it's a bunch of the same. You wait, sorry. Oh. And so let's see. Days Gone got delayed, right? I mean, I don't think anybody was kind of looking for that anyway. It's like, yeah, Days Gone. It's like, I don't think anybody cares about Days Gone. I think the problem with Days Gone is that it's too similar to The Last of Us, too. I mean, here's the thing. once again, going back to the problem that Sony created a problem for themselves by making too many games too similar. They didn't diversify their portfolio. The only diversity they have in their portfolio is the baseball game, cause it's baseball and it's one of the only baseball games. That's the only other game. All the other exclusives are kind of carbon copies. God of War to The Last of Us to Days Gone. Horizon Zero Dawn, that's the exception. That's the one outlier. But only in that it's open world. But all these games share similar control schemes, similar looks, similar point of views, similar gameplays. Similar, except God of War is, more mythical, more fantasy. Days Gone and Last of Us 2 should be the same game. They should be inside of the same game. Days Gone should be the sequel to The Last of Us 2 or a prequel or a separate chapter or something. The zombie bears and the horde swarm should be part of Last of Us 2. That would be dope. I don't understand how you have two studios making zombie post-apocalyptic games. And I'm looking at the technology in Days Gone. I'm like, that would be dope in The Last of Us 2 right there. But as it stands, we have not seen any zombie freakers, whatever they're called, in The Last of Us 2. It's all Ellie killing humans. So it's a whatever the spore form, whatever the heck the freaking mushroom people are called. The world is messed up because of them, but she's killing all of the rest of humanity / the world because factions, tribes. We are tribal. That's what happens when the world goes to shite. We all gang into tribes and eat each other. Basically, that's what's gonna happen. So yeah, there you go. Billy says, I played it once. I don't care about smashing a demo score. I saw your score, though. Figured it'd be higher, considering I just mailed in 97K. I have no idea. What the hell are you? This is a Predator. What the hell is that? It looks delicious. What is that? Ham and cheese on the drink? I don't know what that is. Anyway. But yeah. So I'm like, I'm trying to think. Was there? I don't know. I mean, the cool thing that's happening is next Saturday. So I'll talk about it next show. XO8 is happening. XO18 is happening. Excuse me. On my birthday. Next Saturday is my birthday. So I'm like, yes. That's mediocre fruit cups. So, I mean, there's been rumors that Microsoft's going to buy, Bethesda just popped in my head, but it's Obsidian. That's the rumor, that they're going to buy Obsidian. Makers of Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic 2, other games. Good games. They've made good games consistently. The South Park games, I think the Stick of Truth they made. I don't know if they made the second one. No, I think they made just the first one. So they make good games. They're competent, very competent studio. And I think that's the same with the We Happy Few studio. But I think that was kind of a weird game development cycle thing. So it's, So when We Happy Few jumps on the Game Pass, I'm gonna be all up in it, and I'm gonna play the hell out of it. And that's the cool thing about Game Pass, because eventually it will be on there. Hopefully, although that one was before they made the deal, so that was distributed by. I totally forgot. Excuse me. I'm tired. I'm out of gas. Need a little break. Let my mind settle. All right. I'm back. I didn't go anywhere. I was just sitting here. uh, but I've been watching. Some Red Dead coverage, enough to know that I'll buy that. I'll buy that game. I mean, my thing is like, I remember when the Xbox One X was announced and when it came out, it was like super powerful, way powerful, most powerful system. And I was like, third-party games is all gonna be better on X, and Pace agrees. He's like, yep, that's it. And the first game, I mean, there have been games. I mean, all the games basically have been better on X, but this is the first game that actually makes it super obvious the power difference. Where it's like, oh, okay, the PlayStation 4 Pro version of Red Dead Redemption kind of looks like hot garbage compared to the X. Native 4K compared to whatever kind of stupid TT they're doing. The temporal anti-aliasing crap, TAA, is hard. I mean, it's like what they say is 50% of the. It's 50%. No, it's 50% of the resolution because it's half of the vertical resolution, but that translates into. Yeah, it's 50% actually. If you think about it, numbers wise, if you stretch 2160. 3840, you cut it in half to 1980. That's what it is, and then they do the temporal stretchy stretch. So I was like, and I was looking at the footage. I was looking at Digital Foundry, and they made a whole bunch of videos. I was like, yeah, nah. And so I mean, it looks good regardless. And I was looking at the Xbox One S. I was like, whoa, that looks blurry as hell. But the thing is like watching it on YouTube is different, of course, because of compression and such. So if you have it at home and you're playing it, it's like, okay, that's all right. But that X is crazy. Every time I play a game on the X, like that is 4K, I'm like, man, this looks so good. I'm starting to become a graphics whore again. Only because the graphics are so clean, man. So Red Dead on the X is going to be crazy bananas, beautiful, beautiful. So good. And that's going to be it is a giant game. It's going to be a giant game for years. And the X version is the best version right now. Now, if Microsoft had their way, they're going to come out with a Scarlet, and it's going to be more powerful than whatever Sony puts out. So a game like that, which probably will be backwards compatible, forward compatible, whatever, however you want to look at it, will still be better on an Xbox. So if you think about it, Red Dead Redemption 2, I mean, it's not and here's the funniest thing about, and I probably said this last week. The funniest thing about Red Dead Redemption 2 is that Sony paid all this money. I said this last week. They paid this money to have the marketing rights. So every time you see a Red Dead commercial, PlayStation, you see that, right? But everything you see online, whether it's Digital Foundry, IGN, everybody's like, yo, the X version is the best version. Brian Altano, I said this last week. Brian Altano, Super X, he's a super PlayStation dude. He does podcast Beyond. He is a PlayStation head. He was playing it on PlayStation for like 10 hours, and he stopped, and he bought an X, and he started over. Now, I said this last week. Something's wrong when your super fanboy be like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. You're starting to lose that grip. You're losing the grip on your fans. You can't, the Stockholm syndrome's starting to wear off. They're starting to see the light. They're like, oh, that's what the sky looks like. Oh, it's blue. Or, I should have said it's green. Oh, it's green. You get it? Because, Anyway, I have been trying to work on getting my music computer to work with this computer. Now, I have it working, but I can't have it working with this microphone. So I have to do a few things. One, I have to build an encasement for my AC unit so it isn't as loud, because it can't be in here without it on because it gets hot because I got computers. But then I could have the old school microphone that I used to use back in the day. That's a juicy, nice sounding microphone. I can use that again, and it should be good. You know, I can either do. Yeah, I think that's all I can do because every time I plug in the microphone headset, then it cancels out everything else. I can't have the auxiliary line and the microphone are on the same. I guess on the same thing, and I can't for some reason I can't have both the aux line and the microphone unless I put the mic. Ooh, wait a second. Let me try this real quick. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Oh yeah. This might break something. It might make sounds. Check, baby, check, baby. 1, 2, 3. Let me see something here. Let me turn this down a little bit. And let's see what this does. Where is it? I don't know if y'all can hear that, but oh, it's probably playing through my microphone. Yeah, it's not working. Oh well. So much for that. Wait, let me see if I can hear it. Where's my Twitch? Twitch it. Oh wait, I think I did hear it a little bit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, I'm working on that, so I'm probably gonna end up buying an audio interface and do it that way because it'll just. I guess it'll just. Oh, you know what? That's not gonna work because it's a microphone. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Sorry. It's a microphone input, and those are the whatchamacallits are different. Sorry. Bing to the plow. Yeah. Oh yeah, give me that. Give me that. Pop-ups are great. Where are you? Hey, where's my mouse at? Did I unplug my mouse? Oh no. I'll just do this. Oh wow, that's not working either. Hey, I think I broke it. Thanks, son. Hold up. Hold up. Hold on. Hold on for your free reading. There it is. Yeah, unplugged that. I unplugged the mouse by accident. That's weird. So dumb. I thought that was the audio doing that. But anyway, I'll figure it out. I got my Samsung control box here now, so I got that working with that, so I can have the different speakers. When I get my other pair of speakers, I can just plug it in, good to go, which is good. So I'm working on some stuff. It's gonna be cool, and I like doing the music. I was watching this video with there's this one. There's a bunch of producers. I forgot his name, but he was like, yeah, 4 producers take the same sample and cut it up and make it and do a thing. And I was like, oh, that's dope. And I listened to all of them. I was like, you know what? That's good. I can do that. Yeah, and they were using Ableton, so that's the cool thing about that. So I'm gonna definitely upgrade my Ableton to whatever the latest one is. I'm gonna do that. If not this year, next year, early next year. Um, do that, and then actually, you know what? I don't know if this audio interface will work with that. That's one thing that I hate about the Mbox 2 is that it's particular. It doesn't work on the newer PCs because it's such an old box. I mean, it works, but I don't want to have to buy another new box because this thing cost like $500 when I bought it back in the day. So I get my money's worth. Well, not really. Well, yeah, but not really. Not yet, I would say. But anyway, what else? PlayStation 4. What's up with the PlayStation, y'all? What's up with the Sonys? What's up with what they're doing? Yo, you see that medieval stuff? I'm like, what? Oh, medieval, not medieval. I was like, I don't think anybody wants that game. I was like, I don't, I don't remember medieval being. Oh man, remember medieval? Like, no, I don't remember it. New PlayStation 4 Pro 2 TB models coming. Is it gonna have a 4K Blu-ray player in it? No. Okay. Hot garbage. Sony's PS4 Slim 1 TB Spider-Man Holiday Bundle. Oh, but it's a regular PS4. That sucks. That's garbage. No Man's Sky free update takes players underwater. Oh yeah, the Abyss. You seen that? I was like, that's cool. Everything about that game is kind of cool, but it was tainted. There's no redemption for No Man's Sky. No Man's Redemption. That's what they should call it, because nobody's gonna. That game is done. They need to cut that off, bury it, and say, all right, either do No Man's Sky 2, or, I mean, that's what Next basically was, or, I don't know what to tell you, because they screwed up the launch so bad that you can't come back. You can't, there's no coming back. It's kind of like Sea of Thieves in a way, because, like, it was undercooked. It was like, yeah, this ain't ready. What is this? I mean, it was alright, and I haven't played that in so long. I was like, dude. When a game, like, Sea of Thieves was alright, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But then Forza Horizon comes out, I'm like, I would rather drive around a crazy F1, street legal F1, basically, is what I'm driving around. It's the BAC Mono is what I'm driving around. I'd rather drive that around fake England, in the England countryside, trying to hit a freaking sheep or deer or something, than play Sea of Thieves. It's just more fun, more adrenaline. I'll jump off some danger sign jumps and I'm good. I'm like, and I do a barrel roll. I'm like, yep. And I'm always gaining influencers, gaining levels. I'm level 120 maybe, might be 120. Avenged Sevenfold, Bubsy pause on fire announced for PS4. Bubsy pause on for, come on, son, Bubsy. Oh, did you see that new Anthem gameplay? I was looking at Anthem. I was like I was hyped for Anthem before. I was like, oh yeah, Anthem, and then I was unhyped. I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna kind of be like Destiny. Yeah, that kind of sucks. And then I saw it today. I was like, I think I still want to play this game. And I'm like, cause I mean, it's BioWare. It's the Mass Effect. But it's Casey Hudson, the dude that made BioWare, the dude that made those games dope, for the most part. So I mean, the doctors, come on, son. But so I'm like, yeah. I mean, like, I'm trying to imagine. Okay, I know what kind of game it is. Like, it's like a third-person looter shooter or whatever. But looking at the gameplay, like the gameplay loop itself, I'm like, it kind of looks and / feels like Destiny as far as the graphics, particles, all that stuff. But I kind of like the aesthetic better, because it feels like something that's more realistic, if that makes sense. Like, if we were to find another planet or whatever, technology-wise, it's not that far into, like, as far as like, oh, there's no magic and all that stuff. I mean, it's all, I guess, technology based. So I feel like it's closer to. It feels, I guess, more believable. You don't have to have too much disbelief on that stuff. And I like the way it looks. I like the characters. I like the way the characters look better on Anthem than I do Destiny. And I mean, they haven't done it yet as far as with this game. EA is evil. But Destiny, what Bungie did with Destiny, they turned me off 1,000 times, because I'm like, look, man, y'all did Halo, sure, Legacy and all that good. You have the legacy of Halo, but you screwed up with Destiny, the first one, whatever. You fired Marty. That was bad. That was a bad look. That was the first strike. I was like, that's not good, I mean, you basically fired the dude. Then you tried to jip him out, and he had to sue y'all motherflowers to get his money. You know what I mean? I mean, he was part of the founders. He had stock in the company. I think he might still have stock. I don't know. But, that was the first strike. And then they did the whole thing with I think it was it was experience gating or something. They were doing something. I was like, that's so messed up. It's what they did was literally the epitome of evil video game corporation practices. Anti-gamer, 1,000% what they did. And the only reason why we know is because they got caught. If they didn't get caught, they would have just been like, "Yep, oh yeah, we're Bungie. We make the good game. We're just for the gamers." F that. They got caught. Now they're evil. There ain't no coming back. Sorry. No, you blew it. You blew it. You blew it. This is your destiny. Is to kind of go down in flames. Even though you got so many people playing Destiny, and now you're making a good game after how many years? When did the first one come out? 2014 was the first Destiny. 4 years, so you got 6 years left. So that means that Destiny 3 is going to be a PS5 game. Is that what that means? Because PS5 is coming out in 2 years, so you better start working on it now. You might as well change engines, because as far as I know, that engine's hot garbage. I'm not saying you can't make a good game with it. I'm just saying it's not very efficient. Sorry. What is that? Wasn't that a? I'm trying to remember. It wasn't a half. Was this a Counter-Strike engine or something? What engine did they use for Halo? I think it's the same engine they're using for Destiny. And it's just an old engine. That's why. That's why Microsoft. That's why Halo hasn't been out for a while, because they did a new engine, because they're like, yo, this engine we can't do anything with this engine. This engine's hot garbage. They literally said, all right, we're going to fix the Master Chief Collection because whoever worked on it before totally messed it up. So they 343 literally said, drop everything. We're fixing the Master Chief Collection. We can't have our legacy hot garbagey like this, even though it was Bungie made it. But still, 343 is the new stewards of Halo. And so they dropped everything. Boom, boom, boom. I guess they got that going. I haven't even downloaded it. It's on Game Pass. I got to download it and see what's up. Maybe play through it. I don't know. But now they have a new engine. It's called I forgot what it's called. Engine. And it's like, okay. That looks okay. If that's in-game stuff, I'm looking at it. I'm like, It reminds me of like the really super pretty stuff in like the Unreal Engine, Gears of War stuff, but not as unreally. If that makes any sense? It's like it looks good, like quality wise. I'm like, yeah, okay, that looks good. If that's what the game looks like, okay. But you always know that when they do cinematic stuff in-game engine, it's always gonna look better than the actual gameplay, for the most part. But they built this engine themselves, so maybe it's a little different, And I would assume that they built this engine to accommodate like Forge and a robust multiplayer. I would say a bigger multiplayer count. Even, I would say, the possibility of having a Battle Royale mode. I would say that. For Halo, yes. I would be down for a Halo Battle Royale. Think about that. I mean, I know everybody's like, oh, any game that's coming out that's a first-person shooter that is online, multiplayer, competitive, probably going to have Battle Royale from now on. If it doesn't, then you're in trouble. Because Call of Duty just did it, and now they are the best Battle Royale mode. They toppled over PUBG. It's just a better playing one. I haven't played it yet, but everybody's saying it's better. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Fortnite is not the best. I think it's the worst out of the three, but it's just most popular, and it looks cartoony, so the kids can play it. If I was PUBG, this is what I would do. I think I said this before, too. If I was PUBG, I would do exactly what Fortnite did. I would cartoonize all the characters and, put them as a lower poly so that you get better performance. Change the art style for everything. Don't change the geometry. Change the art style. Change the colors. Well, I would say some of the geometry, like some of the trees and stuff, change that so that it's lower poly, so that it's a solid object. It isn't like all these little, all these little shards coming out that kill performance, and it's got to pop in the higher quality stuff when you get a different angle. But yeah, redo the textures, redo the ground textures, redo all that stuff, make it cartoony, bright, and colorful. Do that as a slap in the face to Fortnite. And then make I would say do it like a quote-unquote Fortnite battle royale mode, if you will, where you pick up something, auto attaches, auto load. You don't have to reload or whatever. That'd be dope. I'd be like, yo, if if you can't beat them, play their game. Not play the game literally, but play the game that they played on you. They took the mode that y'all made popular, put it in their game, made their game more popular. Why is the game more popular than PUBG? Popular. Because it looks kid friendly. It is kid friendly. There's no blood. You know what I'm saying? So take the blood out, make it sparkly, sparkles that come out, little confetti or whatever, candy pops out, whatever. Do that. I bet you that PUBG could come up like that. And then what are they gonna do? Oh, you stole our idea for a kitty looking. No. You stole the aesthetic from Overwatch. How about that? I mean, don't make it exactly the same, but I'm saying you take some of the aesthetics as far as, I would just say cartoonize everything. Lower poly, make them look, that makes sense to me. So I'm like, I'll be down to play that. And they said way before they're trying to do improvements to the animation and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Did they do it? I don't know. I got the X, and when I play on the X, it's smoother. I get more frames, and the graphics are better. But I don't care about 4K PUBG. Give me, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't play it that much anyway. Because I'm like playing Forza. And actually, I loaded up the the orange box, because I was like, oh snap, see what they did with this, and I got to, excuse me, I got to the part where I met Alex, and then I was in the machine, the warp machine, because Alex made it over, and then I didn't. I ended up on the outside, I think, and then the dude gave me my crowbar. I think I ended it right there. I was like, okay, I'm done. I was like, I don't want to play this no more. Or something. Did I lower the volume? I guess I did. I don't know. Check. Oh, I might have. Hold up, man. Let me turn it up. Let me turn it up. Oh, hold on. Let me check something real quick. Let me check something real quick. Check me. Oh yeah. Okay. That sucks. Sorry. Oh man, this really. Oh man. I am the. Yeah. Okay. That sucks. Sorry. Oh man, this really. Let me put that there. I am the. Oh, ooh, chickadee. Oh, let me see if this works. Oh shoot! I got this working, son. Hold up. I got my music working. Hold up. Oh shoot! I got this working, son. Hold up. All right. That's my joint, yo. That's my music I'm working on. That's too loud. Hold on. Let me turn it down. Oh, hold on. My bad. All right, let me turn it. So, yo, this is the track I've been working on. Let me see. Is that level too loud? That's all right. You can hear me. So, this is a track that I was. I still gotta add a lot to it, but thank you, DevNo, for letting me know. Oh, hold up. Now this isn't working. What's going on here? Why don't I? Why can't I? Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Let me see. Audio. What the hell? Okay, I gotta start butt over again. But no, I don't want to save it. Ah, man. I tell you what. There it is. I tell you what. Yeah, you know why? Because I unplugged it. That's why. I tell you what. Let me write this. Gotta rewrite my thing. And I can't lie. I've been in on song whenever I flow. Everybody won't flow. Everybody's like walking in slow mo. How you wanna do this? How I flow so lovely. I be all above the end and jump at the tie. I'm gonna need some when the time every rhyme. I'm gonna know you dumb on rhyme limes and stuff, and I'm enough. The up and the no kind of rough. I wish I need to write stuff. That's what I need to do. Someone not bluff. When I'm in the summer, that 10 in the toe, I'ma just run and I fling it get flow. I don't really like that Dimmy Joe. I'm on the 10 in the toe, so oh yeah, y'all wanna see something real nice? Okay. All right, I got that going. That's pretty good. Hold on, let me real quick. Let me see what it is. It's not that loud though. It's not that loud in. I mean, I see it in Mixer. I'm sorry. I see it in OBS, and it's like it's in the yellow. I'm like, I don't want to blow it out. So I don't know, man. I gotta figure this out. It's mixing me. I think I'll just get the audio interface. I think it's a 6 channel mixer with 2 mic inputs, 2 XLRs. I think I'll do it that way, and that way I could pump that audio into there and adjust it there, and the mix should be dope and going straight into the computer, and that should be good. But thank you for the audio adjust. I was unaware, and now I am, and I definitely appreciate. But yeah, I totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Half-Life. I was playing Half-Life 2. Xbox One X. I've become more of a graphics whore than I used to when I was a graphics whore, and I stopped being a graphics whore. Now I'm back to graphics whoreness. But the difference is that I don't blindly look at just, the graphics. It's like the game's got to be dope, and then the best graphics. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. Like Sunset Overdrive, right? It's a pretty dope game, but there's no there's no X enhancements for it. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's like 900p or something, if that. So it's kind of like, if this was 4K, it would be beautiful. It'd be so good in 4K, but it's not. So what are you gonna do? I don't know. I mean, if it goes to PC, maybe they'll do an X enhancement. I'd be like, I might play that game over. You know, I might just do a boss rush, and just do all the bosses. Actually, there was one expansion I never played on Sunset Overdrive. It was the Physico expansion, where I guess all the robots and stuff, the robots came out, and there was one collection. And I didn't get all the collectibles, and it was the spray paint one, but I think that's connected to the Fizco thing. But I found one. I was like, and it doesn't show up on my map, and I'm like, I want to buy a map, but I can't buy a map from the map dude. So I'm like, how do I get these? And I've been all over that map, so I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, and like all the time I spent in Sunset Overdrive makes me realize how similar Spider-Man kind of is, and how I don't really need to play it. To get the most out of Spider-Man, to get what I need out of Spider-Man is me just watching the cinematics and how the story works out. Because I said this before, I'll say it again. I think that the traversal in Sunset Overdrive may be more fun than Spider-Man. Because, this is why. Because it reminds me of Jet Grind Radio, right? Remember Jet Grind Radio, just sliding on everything. That's what Sunset Overdrive is. You slide on the power lines, on the edge of everything, and then you jump up and do a double jump, and then you go, you could fly in the air, you could slide out across the water. It's crazy. I'm like, you can't even do that in Spider-Man. Spider-Man's just swing, you can't swing, you know? And then I think the combat might be better in Sunset Overdrive, only because it's a preference. Like, you know, you can get in a nice track, like around like a building or intersection, and just go in a circle, and just like it's like shooting monkeys in a barrel of monkeys, like switch weapon, and you just sliding around. It's dope. You can slide on top, but you can slide underneath, shoot them. You know, you don't have to worry about speed. It just automatically goes. It's good. You know, Spider-Man's more, you know, of the Batman brawler type of thing, which is fine. It's just not as unique as Sunset Overdrive. Even though Sunset Overdrive isn't unique, but I think there are more games that use the Batman type of combat than Sunset Overdrive type of combat. I think the Jet Grind games are like one of the only games that do that. Do the grinding. And that wasn't even a combat game. It's just a, you know, go around and do the graffiti stuff and stuff, right? So, and run away from the police. So, yeah, I think Sunset Overdrive is actually a better game in a way, just as far as just raw technical gameplay mechanics. I think Sunset Overdrive is more fun to play. I'm just, like I said, I'm saying it's based on what I've seen from, because I haven't played Spider-Man, but I know, I mean, it looks cool and stuff, but I played some hours on Sunset Overdrive. I played probably over 20 hours on Sunset Overdrive. And it was still fun to kind of move through, you know? So I'm like, I'm looking at Spider-Man. I'm like, yeah, I mean, sure. But after playing Sunset Overdrive, I want to slide across the top of a building. You know what I mean? I want to slide on the power lines. I don't think there are too many power lines in Spider-Man. I mean, he does. There's like a same. There's one same thing that's in both games where when you run along the building and you swing around a corner of the building, it's the same. You do the same thing in Sunset Overdrive. You wall run basically, and it's infinite. It's infinite. It's infinite in Sunset Overdrive. You could run around the building 1,000 million times if you want. I mean, I don't know. So they set it up. They set up Sunset Overdrive for a sequel. So, what would be cool if they did make a sequel? Make it for the next system. So it's like, you know, I mean, the X could handle a Sunset Overdrive easy, but I think something like that would be. I think it would make a greater impact with a newer system with more power, and just like, you know, whether it's a boost in graphical fidelity or just an addition or not a new direction as far as that. The only problem, one of the problems I did have with Sunset Overdrive is that it was a punk rock game, right? And that was just that's an artistic choice, but what would have made it better is that it's what Forza Horizon does. You know, you can have your radio stations and you change the radio stations to whatever you want it, right? So if Sunset Overdrive implemented the radio stations thing, and well, I know that it was all, you know, original music, so it's not like it's a little different. But if they would, if it's an exclusive and they get that Microsoft dollars and they get all the licensing for music like that, well, honestly, you know what? That's not a good idea because there's always issues with licensed music as the games get older. So unless they hire, you know, 5 different musicians, DJs, whatever, to make tracks, so they would have the Sunset radio stations, whatever, and it would have like a hip hop, you know, electronic, rock, whatever, you know, have the end. Well, classical, I think is the only one they can get away with, so they could do a classical station. So yeah, do that. That'd be cool because it would be like, oh, that's dope, you know, and have some, you know, whatever. Just hire some talent to make original music for it. You know, that would be dope. I would like that. I would like that. I think that's the one thing that kind of made Sunset Overdrive. I think it kind of hurt it. Because if you look at Spider-Man, right? The strength of Spider-Man is not the music. The music is kind of repetitive. Every time I watch a gameplay of Spider-Man, I'm like, same old music with the West Swell Up. I'm like, oh, superhero music, yay. Nondescript superhero music. And I'm like, okay, that's one thing that lacks personality is not the sound design, just the music. Because the sound design is pretty good in Spider-Man. You can hear like the city and the horns and people. And I was like, oh, that's all right. I like that. But the music, name me a song in Spider-Man. I don't think so. I think they do have actual licensed songs, right? I think they do. But that's it's not the strong part. And is that a trend with Insomniac games where the music how was the music in the wow? I totally blanked on those first two or three games for the PS3. Wow. Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. I just my brain's getting old. It's damaged. It's losing its power. It's losing its energy. I need to recharge with some Forza Horizon. But anyway, that's about it. Got 5 minutes left. I want to thank everybody. All games, blah blah blah. Because blah blah blah. I need to get a script so I can just be like, here's the shows that are all games. Potbelly Gamers on Friday. Derek H and Dead Pixel Live. It's on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Fantastic Forums on Mondays? I don't remember. They're during I almost busted. You saw that? I almost busted my you almost bust your ass when you're like, oh, you get scared. If the feet would have slid out, I would have like boom, I broke my jaw. Anyway, but there's a lot of other shows that my brain doesn't want to remember. Sorry. But I'm happy, I guess. I'm not totally. I got a lot of work to do in here as far as making it a space that is not cluttery and just wrecked right now. I just wrecked right now. I need to do some wire management. Need to do some building. I want to bring in my 88 key keyboard. It's like 55 inches long. It's big. You know about that. 55 inches, girl. And I want it to slide out, but it's really heavy. It's probably close to 100 pounds. It's a heavy freaking keyboard. I'm like, I don't know why is this keyboard so heavy. Do you have like metal weights in it or something? Why is the keyboard so heavy? It doesn't need to be this heavy. I don't understand why it's so heavy. It feels like a real piano, but it's not a real piano. It's a keyboard. I'm like, I don't get it. But whatchamacallit? Yeah. I'm going to play some more Forza tonight. I'm not sure when I'm going to get Red Dead, but because I'm building right on the outside of my door in the studio here. This used to be a shed, basically. And the thing about it is like, oh, it's a shed. It's a piece of crap, metal. No. Wood, no. Whoever built this thing was crazy. This is a cinder block shed. So it's like a little house. It's super strong. Can't hear that, but that hurt. The roof is like a real roof. It's got shingles like the house. It's literally a mini version of the house, except really small. And so I was like, yeah, this is my new studio. This is my bungalow, if you will. It's a little tiny place, enough for 3 people to chill in. I took this whole wall, and this is all computer stuff. So I could have made a smaller desk, but I'm like, I want a command center, you know what I mean? And it's really wrecked right now, but I have the space to make it better. Anyway, outside, since this was a shed where they just like left the lawnmower or whatever, and I replaced the window also. I got a hurricane window here. Anyway, so he made whoever did it made a slope, concrete slab, but it's a slope, and the way that the house is that way, and the back of our property slopes down basically, and so this structure is level with the house, but the land is not. So the slope down is significant. So Orchard was going out of business, Orchard Hardware, and so I bought 40 cinder blocks for $1 each, $40 plus tax, and so now I'm building a step and a porch. It's gonna be all concrete and stuff. So it's gonna be dope. I gotta buy some concrete, and I gotta buy some metal and some mortar like tomorrow or something, so I can get that going. That's gonna be fun. Those are heavy. I bought 40 of them. They're like 40-something pounds each. I put it on Instagram. I put them all in my Trailblazer, and that's about 4,800 pounds, I think it was, or something like that. It was heavy. I moved those 3 times. One more time I need to move them. to put them where they're going to end up. But yeah, that's fun. But anyway, that's what I'm working on outside, and then after that, I wanted. Anyways, it's house stuff, but it's still fun to do. And eventually, I get some better monitors in here. I have a few, but I have a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a few. I have a thing about monitors. I like them. I don't know what to tell you. I like the monitors. But anyway, that's about it. Hopefully, not by next week, but I'm working on getting the music stuff going, so I can make the music play on. Oops. Let me see. Wait, actually, let me see if the volume is messed up on here somewhere. Let me see. Oh, so that's rain meter, groove music, system sounds. No. Mix. Okay, that's mixer. So is it this that might be too low? Let me see. Probably not, though. And the problem with playing music here is that it doesn't play through the all game stream, the butt. It doesn't play through the butt. So the problem with that is I can't stream on all games with that. So I guess I'll just stream on Mixer and Twitch with the music stuff, and then I'll just do the R9 cast on all games, and then that's how that'll be. That's how that'll be. When I rock, when I roll, anyway. But anyway, I am gonna go. There we go. A little bit louder. But anyway, let me turn that down. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Devno, good to see you. You two have a good night. Devno44 in chat. In Twitch, Kaijudo. You the man playing Billy. Okay, Pace. Tiger Claw, Bacon Bits, GK128. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hecked. Oh, Heck went to work. Doom Plague. I know you're in there. Who else? Wait, let me see. Derek H, I know you're listening, you son of a person. Because you're a son. And persons had you. Like I said before, there's plenty of all game shows that y'all can check out on allgames.com/live if you want to be a part of the Discord situation. Definitely something you should do because it's fun. Pace likes to make fun of people. So if you want to be made fun of, go to the Discord. If you're a snowflake, don't go there. But if you like fire, go there. I don't know. You know when you're tired and you just say stuff? I'm at that point. I think I need sugar. I need to do a lot of things to make my Alex Wolf 1415. Hello. I'm just about to end the show. I mean, I wish you were here before. I started 7, man. 7. I was 2 hours ago. Before 2 hours ago, Alex. Come on, Alex. I'm here every Sunday though, so I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, I'm about to bounce. But like I said, like I told other peoples, you just popped in. I'm gonna try to get the music production pipeline going in so I could do the beats, stream the beat production basically, just the beat creation, trying to stream that so that y'all can see how I do the flavor. But that song right there is one of the tracks I was working on right now. Well, not right now, but you can't hear it. That's why I can't really do it now. So I have to buy some stuff to get it working right. But anyway, 2 hours ago, you should have been in bed. Well, well, where are you anyway? That's a good question. It's like, oh, I assume you're like down the street, so it's the same time now. No, you could be in like England, and it's like freaking 12. What is it? 5 hours away? It's like at 1 o'clock in the morning in England right now. Isn't it 1 o'clock? 4 something like that. So, yeah, where are you? I always like to like new people jump in. Like, where you at? Where you? I'm not where you. I'm not saying where. Okay, you're in bed. I'm saying, where are you in the world? Like, geographically speaking, where does you live? Where does you live? Where do you dwell? Where does the domicile in which you occupy reside in? AM. Oh, it's 2:04. So you are East Europe, England? Okay, England. So England is 6 hours. Oh, but we just did. Oh, you know what? We just did. We're stupid because Florida and America, we did daylight savings. So we jumped back an hour, fall back. So it used to be 5, but now it's 6. So that makes sense. Well, dude, don't you have to work tomorrow? Do you have to work school or something? Go to sleep. Don't be up with yeah. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's okay. Next week at 12 at 12 midnight, come back and the show will be fresh. It'll be starting right away. Or you can check out the the archive on Twitch or Mixer. Mixer is mixer.com/SG. They're there. Although the sync is off with the video, so I'm like, I don't know about that. Twitch, I think they hold that for a couple of days, right? Or I don't know. I don't know if I have that set up right. And I'm on YouTube as well, but I haven't been to that page in a while, so I don't even know if it's actually working. You have an exam tomorrow. You need to go to sleep. You need to close your eyes and sleep at time. That's what you need to do, because exams need your attention. You can't if you fall asleep during your exam and then you wake up and the exam's over and you didn't do any of it. That's like a nightmare. That's like a bad dream in real time. So I'm gonna end it now so you can go to sleep. Okay, don't go to any other podcasts or streams or nothing. Turn your phone off and just go to sleep or something. Do it. What time? Oh boy, here we go. Alex, it's Alex. He's Alex. Alex Wolf. I don't know if Alex is male or female, so that's one thing, of course, because Alex is kind of a unisex name. I have a cousin named Alex. Oh, bam! Oh, I appreciate that. That's cool. Gave me 10 million thousand jiggy jaggies. Wow, that's dope. Oh, snap! You're the first one to do that. Wow, you're my new best friend. Well, I expect you next week now, Alex. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'll be here, so well, you know what? I'm not gonna do that because another dude. Oh, that's that's cool. got the fireworks going, man. That's fly. I love it. Oh snap! Oh snap! Oh, I gotta pull that down here. Look at that. Hold on, I gotta pull that. That's so dope, man. Shoot. That's crazy. Hold up, let me put it over here. Boom. So he did the thing. Oh, that's me. But he did the thing, and it was all the whales went across the whales, and there was chickens. No, that's fireworks. I'm sorry. For some reason, don't ask me why. That's a firework. I got it, and it went off, and that's dope. Okay. See, Mixer, come on, Mixer. Why are you so good? Mixer's so good. I appreciate it. Alex the Wolf. Alex Wolf. I don't know why I put the in there, but it's kind of cool. Alex Wolf. I appreciate a whole bunch, 1,000 much. Those are words. You know what I got to do now, Alex? That you've done that. I forgot to. I got to put my how do you say? Wow. See, I need to go because I can't even say words anymore. I need to put my chats on this screen so I can have all the fun stuff that just happened that everybody missed except for me. But I saw it, so it was cool. But that was dope, though. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow. Oh, man. It's the best day of the world now. I appreciate that as well. You're bringing up my numbers. I don't know what oh, man, it's such a good day. Such a good night. Morning, such a good morning. But anyway, I'm out, Alex. Good luck on your exam tomorrow. Get super sleep so your brain is like, dun, 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 so you can bust out the. Hopefully it's multiple choice, so it's actually easier, but, whatever. But yes, good luck on your exam. And once you get that done, and just, have a good day tomorrow. Relax. Max and relax. Up there they go. There's another What is that? It was a live. It was wow. It was a live whale that time. Were those like the beluga whales with the unicorn things? Oh man, I appreciate. Yeah, you got me them sparks, yo. Appreciate it. But yeah, I gotta go. All games, I'm shutting you off. Where you at, all game? I'm gonna shut the all games off first because they don't hear all the other stuff. So appreciate all games. See you later. Remember, allgames.com/live. You can check out the Discord there. Alex, if you don't want to chill in Mixer, you can go to the Discord. If you don't, if you just want to, well, actually, you know what? I mean, there are more people in chat on in Discord, but whatever. But yeah, all right, all games. Tilt the weight. See you later. So all games is gone. Bye, all games. But Mixer, appreciate Alex, appreciate you. Twitch, Kaijudo, all you guys. I said bye already, so I'm not gonna say bye again. But definitely. Have a good night, everybody. I'm gonna stop and play the music because I play myself out for now until I can get it fixed right. Boom, 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 boom. Tilt the weight. Boom, boom. I'ma just flow. I'ma just go. I gotta go. I gotta show. I gotta let everybody know. That looks like it's too loud. I don't know. I'll listen to it later. I gotta go. I gotta go. All right, y'all. I'm out.